Hey people, I'm here. It's Monday. It's the 12th of August. Cheers. I'm still with you. Cheers. Thank goodness for coffee. So yeah, I took Friday off and it was really pretty simple for me. I mean, it's like from the outside, I don't know what people are thinking, but it's like sometimes when I get up and I check my messages first thing in the morning, it'll be, Friday there was just an unnecessary stupid comment that just said to myself, I will not make a video today because if I do, all I'll do is bitch. It just caught me. It's like, geez, people. So that's what that was about. Don't need to be going to see get some help for my depression. I'm live with it just fine. Going and getting help just makes it worse. Adds to the bills. I don't want or need medication. That's what the help would be. If you know me, you know that I worked in the system, the mental health system, for over 30 years. I know what help offers. I'm one of the people who can offer help. Even when I say that I'm depressed, I deal with it just fine, I do, all right? Just seeing something here. Oh, wow. Someone just sent I'll say his name, Adam, his first name. Someone I know from Omaha, the music scene, on Instagram just posted some pictures, some memories from Hotel Frank, or Frank's Hotel, whatever they call it. It was one of those places where bands would live, and there would be 24-hour parties, and I played there. I played the infamous show there the night that we cracked the floor. It almost caved into the basement. It was such a big party, and the dancing was it was such a joyous night. And I remember it, I felt it, because, literally it was like the floor was going to give way. Wonderful memory, actually. So I'm here and I'm just fine, people. If you're paying attention to events of the world, it's hard to not deal with that sort of depression. Okay, just dealing with how shitty everything is. So I'm fine, thank you. And let's talk about music, because I received some stuff to review, and it's been a while since I received anything from the Lamour Records label in Sweden. Lamour. I've been associated with them for several years now. I'm actually on a digital release on the label in Sweden, which I'm very proud of. I'm looking for the one sheet here. Victor Zeidner, who runs the label, is so kind. These are people like I'd like to meet. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, he sent me their latest release, and it is a beauty. It was released, there's probably something newer since then. I'm looking at the one sheet. This was released on May 24th. Hind by Sebastian Mullert and Henrik Frenden. This is wonderful. This is I've listened to this several times. I love this. It's electronics and viola, in essence. This is the kind of record that I wish had, in a way, that Brian Eno and Robert Fripp had made more music. There's no guitar on here, but there's points where the way that the things are blended, it's almost like Frippertronics. It's beautiful, and the cover is perfect. This is wonderful. I don't know if it's Hind or Hind, since these folks are Swedish. I didn't even pay attention. It gives information on here about the making of the record. This really is good. The album does indeed peacefully unfold with the song Dawn. And it just goes from there. Oh man, ethereal soundscapes is the right word for this album. This is fantastic. And if I'd heard this, would I buy this? Yes. Yes. This is the sort of thing that when I hear it, it's like, what is that? Oh, that is lovely. It's beautiful. It really is just beautiful. Hind or Hind by Sebastian Malert and Henrik Frenden. This is online on YouTube, the whole album. Just look it up. Pause the video and spell the names and look it up and listen to it. It's beautiful. Thank you so much, L'Amour Records, for sending me music. I thought, maybe I had seen the last of music from them. I also received 3 new releases from Discus, which I'm so glad they're still keeping me in the loop. Excuse me. They aren't released until the end of this month, so I've only listened to one of them, and so I'll wait to talk. To really give reviews. I'll give a preliminary review. This one already gets my vote. Sentient Beings, Truth is Not the Enemy. I'll talk more about it after I listen to it deeply. Notice it's just 2 long tracks, over a half hour long. And this is potent. It's like this starts off the gate that they have something to offer. And they are really vibing together. I won't mention these other 2 because I haven't really listened to them. This one, it was like, I popped it on and it engaged me right away. That's a big, big plus. Sentient Beings. Truth is Not the Enemy. So there's two new titles for you if you're looking for new music. I want to thank Sean from Madison, Wisconsin for having me on his radio show yesterday. Thank you, Sean. That was fun. It was just a brief interview, but he played several pieces of my music, REF, Digital Sex, my solo stuff. Thank you. And it makes a difference in my perception of you, Sean, to have spoken to you. So many of you people who I've never met or heard your voice or spoken to, I don't have a clear perception of you. Some of you folks I probably are misperceiving, because I haven't met you. I haven't been in your space. But in order to get the call going, we were going to do Zoom, and then that didn't work, so we just used the phone. But he kept giving me his wife's number, so I ended up speaking to her for a second and just catching her vibe, plus his. These are good people. Now, I can be fooled, but I have a pretty good bullshit detector when it comes to people. Sean, you're good people. Thank you for having me on. So, music is the main thing I'm going to talk about today. We're just on the verge of some releases coming out that I'm on. The Cloud Over Jupiter. I think that's going to be out this month. It's being talked about, and it's already being written up in magazines. And I'm getting name checked in the article. There's one that was forwarded to me from Nick Didkovsky, guitarist who I know through, I forget the name of the band, Dr. Something, I think is it. But he also played with Alice Cooper. We're on the album. I love that. And then the thing with Low End is coming out next month. So besides just living life and visiting with friends and my cousin neighbor Raymond, who I'm just really appreciating these days. I always have, but collaborating on getting the tree taken down, um, it's just we've had to talk more, and I just really love this man. He just turned 80, and he still gets out every day. That's good. He gets out in his garden, and he gave me some tomatoes. There's no comparison to homegrown food from people who know how to grow. Those tomatoes didn't need no salt, nothing. They were so tasty and wonderful. I appreciate Raymond. Okay, so some records sitting out because they got played. I love the Melvins. Nude with Boots. You know, the lead guy, I know his name. He has such a strange bellow of a voice, and I can almost imagine him singing opera. This is the original red vinyl. Listen to this whole album. I love this band. I also love their prolific. I don't know how many songs they've written, but Buzz and Dale, they are a package. They're a pair. I love how Dale Crubber's drums define the music. He plays all of the changes, all of them, on the drums, along with the guitar. The riffs, the guitar riffs are matched by his drums. It's very powerful, and to me it's very impressive with all of the material that they have, that he remembers all these details. Love the Melvins. This is what got me going on it, was this EP that I've had for a while, Sludge Glamorous Melvins, that I got used and really never paid attention to. So I pulled this and played this, and it was interesting because at first I was like, do I have it on the wrong speed? I had to change the speed. And then they're playing this theme. It's on gray vinyl. They're playing a theme on here that is also on the Nude with Boots that I didn't know was there. So after I heard this, after I listened to this, and then I played the Nude with Boots, and the track came up on that album, I was like, oh, okay. It put it into perspective, because this was like almost like a seemingly a kind of a one-off, but no, it's Melvins being Melvins. Love this band. Seen them 2 times, met them. We have friends in common. Tim Moss. Played this yesterday, and boy, this is just wonderful. This was just wonderful. Black Unity by Pharoah Sanders. This is an original, isn't that? 1972. How did I get luck? Let me make sure now. Yes. And then I looked it up already anyway. But sometimes, way back in the past, before I was doing due diligence on my fact-finding on records, I would make comments about records in music groups and say, this is the first pressing, and then I would get lambasted. That isn't the first pressing, and then I'd get all the details. So I learned from that, and people love to put you down like that. You know, that is one of the things about that is I don't like about snooty collectors. They love to put you in they call it putting you in your place. You don't know your shit. Anyway, this is awesome. And I noticed there's this organ that just comes in and it just does a tone, and that's all. And it just takes it to another level. This is really good. With Norman Connors on drums, Stanley Clarke. Excellent, excellent. Another listen that was a wonderful surprise, because I like the band, but with all this music, not everything gets lodged into my memory well. I like Tortoise, and it wasn't that long ago that I finally got a copy of this album of theirs, TNT. Boy, is this good. Boy, is this good. It's hard to describe. It's like, what kind of music is this? It's not You can hear that it's inspired by Can and stuff like that, but they do their own thing here. This merited being played. A couple sides of this got played twice because it's like, let me make sure, because it left such a wonderful impression. It was like, yeah, this is some cool ass music. Again, this is a nice reissue on green vinyl. Tortoise, seen them live twice. Met Jeff Parker and John McIntyre, really nice guys. This is a real good album. TNT. Tortoise. Now there's a little bit, sometimes what they're doing kind of reminds me of the Muppins, Dave Newhouse band. But don't really sound like each other, but some of the sensibilities. Pulled this. I hadn't played this all the way through probably forever, if ever. Lunch by Audience. Howard Worth's band. Interesting band, English band. There's an old time feel to a lot of these songs. He's a good songwriter. It's not prog. It's like the generation before his, where you hear, I forget what the term to use for the music, but I really enjoyed this. I don't have House on the Hill. That is, everyone says that's the best album. I just don't have it. This is really good though. Lunch, Audience. And blind pull. I hadn't played this. I had to do a blind pull because if I look at it, I won't play it. Jean-Luc Ponty, Enigmatic Ocean. This is a corker. That's a term that people use. It's a wonderful album with Alan Holdsworth and Daryl Sturmer on here. Ralph Armstrong on bass. This is wonderful. I have several Jean-Luc Ponty albums. I'm not going to grab them. I got turned on to him before he got into fusion. Really like him. And I've said it before, when I saw him with the Mahavishnu Orchestra and he would try to cut John McLaughlin on solos, it was wonderful because as good as Ponty is, John McLaughlin is not to be fucked with. And it made for some real fiery exchanges. Wonderful. They goosed each other to go higher, and they were both able to. I love them. Bought this not too long ago. Italian progressive rock from the 70s. This is a numbered reissue. Cervello, Melos. Had been after this album for a while. Apparently, the original release of this has a die-cut cover where you can open the can, I guess. This is really good. The guitarist from this band is related to the guy in Osana, possibly. It's the same guy that started the band Nova. I'd have to look it up, but the guitar is that frantic, frenetic style. But these compositions are hard to describe. There's jazz, classical, and something else altogether involved here. Real good album. This is on blue vinyl. I won't bother to show it. A couple more things still sitting out. Michael Brook, guitarist, fantastic guitarist, with album he made with Brian Eno and Daniel Lanois, Hybrid. Fantastic, atmospheric, lush. He plays the guitar and it hardly sounds like a guitar. This is excellent. Excellent, Michael Brook. Again, you can look all this stuff up online and hear it for yourself. So the other day, I've got several records out. I'll go until I'm done because I'll put these away. But when I got the record the other day from Lamour Records, the Hind, I just happened to pull a couple records. And one of them ended up being on the Lamour label. I forgot this is on Lamour Records. This is Clayson's Gavi, I think is the name of the album. Another is like, wow. It just starts and it's kind of hazy and It's like I'm not sure where it's going to go or what it's going to do. Wonderful. Clay Sons. Hard to describe, really good instrumental. But I pulled that when I was grabbing this, Gary Clayle, Adrian Sherwood production, Hard Left. I remember this from the TV show Snub. I've mentioned it recently. And you have Margaret Thatcher's voice on here. And it's just a slamming backing track. That's what I like it for. It's like Doug Wimbish on bass, Keith LeBlanc on drums. It's hard. It's killer. Couple more things. Gus Gus. It's a 12-inch remix of the song Desire. Pretty techno clubby. But this band, I've seen them live, and they really do a good job. They really pay attention to the sonics of their electronics. And so I like the way they put their tracks together, but they're great to listen to just for the sonic quality. So good. A couple more things, or one more thing at least. Yeah. So a few days ago, just decided to play this. Actually thought of it and said, I just want to listen to this. Blows Against the Empire, Paul Kantner, Jefferson Starship. I love this album. This is very psychedelic, especially when you listen to the words and the images and what they're going on about. And then when it gets to side 2 with that, it's still got the booklet. When it sounds like it's a spaceship trying to take off, it's fantastic. Blows Against the Empire. I love this cover too. Very, very hippie. Very psychedelic. So I'm back, people. I'm back. I blocked and deleted some people on my Facebook page because politics is just bringing out people's worst. It is, and I don't have to put up with it. I don't have to put up with it just because I have an opinion that someone else doesn't like. I don't have to put up with abuse there or here or anywhere else. So I'll let you know that. Okay. It's really bizarre. It is. It's bizarre. It's like, you just keep saying the same thing and it's stupid. Why are you bugging me? I don't understand it. And that's why I didn't make a video Friday. I said, I'll just be bitching. Get sick of these stupid motherfuckers. Yeah. That triggers them because they'll say, well, you're calling names. You're not the person you say you are. Look at what you're doing. Man, I'm tired of your shit. I'll cuss at your asses if I want to. You don't want to start some shit. Have the nerve to try to tell me I'm gaslighting. Well, how the fuck am I gaslighting? Just sitting up here talking. See? This is where I didn't want to go. Friday, I would have probably just flipped the lid. So there's a little bit of it, okay? People, keep it together. Hope you're doing okay and surviving the weather, because the weather is crazy. And as always, let me know how you're doing in the comments.